Alright. This is gonna need to draw some lands, and it doesn't play out on curve, but Skullport and Atsushi has seemed good. Like, almost to the extent that I kind of wonder if we could build a deck that plays more Skullports. The only way for our deck to lose is if someone plays our Tarrasque. Not quite. We could also fail to play our Tarrasque. Regrettably. Alright, Deadly Dispute. That's good with Shambling Ghast. Although I do wish I was playing on curve instead of slightly off curve, but drawing a card is drawing a card. No! Drawing a card isn't drawing a card if it costs 3 mana. Opponent, I actually need my ability to play Deadly Dispute. That's really rude. Opponent, do you want to attack with that Usher so that I can actually... No, you don't, because you'd get 2 for 1. But, like, come on. I promise I won't kill your Thalia. I'm just going to make a treasure so I can play Skullport Merchant instead. Come on, opponent. Okay. Didn't matter. Never didn't have it. Perfect plays only here. Am I supposed to play Skullport Merchant or hold up Deadly Dispute? I'm probably just supposed to play Skullport Merchant. The blocker here is still really stellar, and the guaranteed treasure is nice. Oh, okay. I get the feeling Intrepid Adversary was not the card they meant to cast in that spot. I'm going to assume that's what happened. Alright, I think we can keep a hand that curves removal into Atsushi. I mean, maybe not. But, like, I want to believe. Well, we certainly have plenty of green mana. And now we have double black. Playing against blue-red. That I'm not actually enthusiastic about at all. Because that tends to imply counterspells, and that's not something our deck is stellar against. Okay, well... we do get to blow up Celestis. I like that. I guess I could have done that end of turn so they couldn't sorcery speed something with the mana, but I can't think of that many things that many of these decks play that gets to use that mana at sorcery speed. Yeah, the only thing I could think that would even be possible was, like, Consider, and that's still instant speed. Okay, opponent plays some lands. Do they shock? No, no Dry Disruption today. Huzzah! Alright, Atsushi. Away you go! Opponent has a bounce spell. That's not ideal. Moderately inconvenient. Not like the most inconvenient, because it's still card disadvantage for them. 2 Shatterskulls. Okay, so they are playing Hinata. I still don't know about playing Shatterskull in Hinata. The mana base is so delicate as it stands. Like, yeah, I know it synergizes, but... Shatterskull's in a weird spot where if you're not a deck that's winning via card advantage... like, it isn't actually good against aggro, because on average it loses you more life than it winds up preventing. Or, loses more life than it winds up preventing damage. That's what I mean to say. Got a Divide by 0 here for us, opponent? I wonder if that is a concession to me preferring to run Goldspan Dragon, then? Divide by 0 is 4 or less that it learns now, right? No, wait, this is standard. It's banned. It's not nerfed. Right. Okay. I'm definitely aware of what format I'm playing. Definitely. Alright, more green mana. I actually probably should have played one of these other lands on green earlier, too. Dragon-Kami. Does these resolved? Divide by 0 is banned in Standard, correct. It's nerfed in every other format. I just lost track of which format I was playing in. Alright, Dragon-Kami resolves. Let's get big 10 drops. Or whiff, that's fine too. Wonder how many white spells our opponent has in hand that they're stuck on, because they've been cycling Sunset Revelries off a single white source for a while now. We want to, like, do something here, opponent? Suppose I should have attacked before playing that. I might have hit stuff that I wanted to spend a lot of mana on off Atsushi if they decided to kill it. But, oh well. Unexpected windfall? Oh no! Our opponent's making so much mana! The threat here is counter spells. I'm actually not that afraid of Magma Opus if I find a Tarrasque, because Ward 10 is still pretty good. There's Hinata. Yup. The Magma Opus can begin. Although in this spot, they might have actually had an incentive to just jam the Magma Opus rather than mess around with Hinata, because dealing 4 damage to the Atsushi is kind of interesting. Hello, Chris. Do you think Kamigawa will change the meta significantly? Yeah, especially combined with the bans. But I guess it depends on if you mean meta from before the bans versus meta from after. Well, yeah, it'll change the meta no matter what. There's a lot of cards in this set that help aggro, and that changes the context of a lot of the grindy mid-range decks that defined Standard previously. Well, I guess I don't need to sacrifice Atsushi then if the opponent's going to do it for me. What am I supposed to get with Atsushi? Probably the treasures? Ooh, Huntmaster seems fun. Not necessarily the best possible card. It's very fun. Alright. Then we get to play a land, play Goldspan Dragon, have a lot of mana, go to combat, swing for 4. Opponent trades. We're okay with that, because I think we're probably pretty ahead on resources here. Okay, well, they traded because they have more Hinatas. Fine by me. We have 1 creature with Dragon-Kami exiled is all. I think we're just going to prevent as much damage as possible, because I think we're kind of currently in a weird spot where we're actually racing our opponent. Basically, are they capable of killing us before we find a Tarrasque? Is the situation we find this game in, somehow. Wixer, thanks for the follow. Glad you're enjoying the stream. Alright, play a Goldspan Dragon. Go to combat. Swing. Would love to trade here, opponent. Unexpected windfall. Alright. Alright. Not sure I love the opponent being willing to race us here. Okay, Igneous Inspiration to learn for Mascot Exhibition, I guess? That actually is pretty effective. at stopping... What's its face? Oh, okay. Well, if you're just going to exile my Goldspan Dragon and give me a treasure and let me draw a card opponent, I'm like, oh no, they're going to try to exile the Kami egg, aren't they? Oh, well, I don't get to draw a card from that, but I do get to make them sad because I deadly disputed in response. Ooh, for Told card. Interesting. Alright, well, I do think we sack the Kami egg here because I'd like to get a snap block on a 4/4. Opponent can't play whatever their Foretold card is. They do get to Introduction to Annihilation, either the Tovolar or the 4/4, but currently I'm winning that race regardless, and I'm going to draw a card from it. Guess they could have Magma Opus here. That'd be good for them, if that was their last card. That appears to be the case. Okay, so what happens? Those kill the 2 wolves, taps down Tovolar, puts me to a... Oh. Huh. Not where I thought that was going, opponent. Okay. Oh, hey, cool. We win. Oh. Opponent did not successfully kill us before we found a Tarrasque. Well, that's basically us having put 20 power with haste into play. That works, I guess. Oh, wow, 748. After having gone 50 and 50 with this? We're not that early in the season. Why am I so low? That's actually really weird. Normally you enter at like 97% or something. Oh, did the ladder reset when the new set came out? That might be the case, and I might have forgotten. And all black-white. That's not a good sign. No, it didn't. Huh. Alright. I guess I'll take it. Everyone is tanking in Mythic with Bad Brews. Well, I guess that's possible, huh? Let's hold back the Shambling Ghast to block the 1/1. Alright, whiff with Dragon-Kami. Definitely totally fine. From the opponent's perspective, it probably looks like I'm going to kill an Eye Twitch with a Shambling Ghast. The reality is I'm probably going to make a treasure. I hope the opponent exiles this Dragon-Kami after it whiffs the next hit. That would be, I mean, disappointing still, but less disappointing. Alright, don't want to kill the Eye Twitch, because that technically gives them the ability to tutor for a removal spell. It's Dragon-Kami. Sweet! Draw Tarrasque and then whiff the second Dragon-Kami trigger. And missed the land drop. Okay. Well, this is going to be an awkward game. At least we gained 4 life. That's something, right? The reason I didn't play Atsushi there is I'm pretty suspicious my opponent's going to have some kind of exile-based removal, and I don't think I can actually sacrifice the treasure to do that in this spot. Please, please, exile it, exile it, exile it, exile it, exile it, exile it, exile it. Use an exile-based removal spell on it. Come on, opponent. You know you want to. You don't want to give me a free 10 drop. Come on, opponent. No, opponent. No. Never in my life have I been more... What's the right word here? I don't know. Disappointed? Aghast? Willing to call ghosting? Not really, but... Alright, opponent. If you say you don't have exile-based removal, then I will play my Atsushi. 4 mana 1. Only a 3 mana 1, and it did gain 4 life. And scry away all those lands we wanted to draw. You're just willing to attack into the egg, opponent? Utter madness. Complete and utter madness. They probably have a board wipe follow-up. They wanted to crack the egg first. Well, the opponent would just die here if we had hit anything with this dragon egg. Unfortunately, we hit nothing with this dragon egg. Okay, well... Goldspan Dragon attack. Exile a creature you control. I suppose it's probably worth abrading the Shambling Ghast then. So they have to find some different creature to play first. What's this Foretold card likely to be? Probably a board wipe? Yeah, probably still supposed to do that. Starnheim? Yeah, I guess that's a possibility. Meathook Massacring for 4, while Goldspan's on the board isn't too terribly fun. It is Doomscar. Okay. Unfortunately, does not put a treasure into play. But Atsushi could. Alternatively, could just play Goldspan Dragon and attack with Goldspan Dragon. Nah, let's play Atsushi. Well, I guess the good news is the opponent hasn't drawn a ton of card advantage, and one of the upsides of drawing no lands is that you find a lot of threats. Hive instead of them killing Atsushi isn't really what I wanted to have happen here. Makes my life total a little inconvenient, to be honest. Ugh. They could 6 me next turn, and then still exile one of my creatures. Kind of feel like I'm probably supposed to Meathook for 2, kill the Eye Twitch, gives the opponent a draw, kind of sucks. Could play Goldspan Dragon, swing with both, then Meathook for 2. Gives me like no mana. Alright, what if we commune and hit a land? That at least it helps a little bit. So now I could Meathook for 2 without actually sacking any treasures. Is that good? Probably actually is good. Alright, so let's swing and then Meathook for 2. Puts me a little dicey to the Hive. Maybe this actually isn't good because they have the Meathook in play. I might just not be racing Hive attack twice. But if they waste time killing Atsushi with their exile-based removal instead of firing up Hive, that'd be cool too. One unknown card. We got the opponent pretty close to the point where they die to Tarrasque. Question will be if we can get enough treasures in play to hardcast it. Best case scenario here, the opponent plays Inkling Summoning and then exiles Atsushi with the other removal spell in their hand. Yeah, that's pretty good for me. I think that's actually a lot better for me than if they had just fired up Hive. Okay, we also drew a land. That's excellent. So we get to play Goldspan, we get to swing. Opponent goes to 10, which leaves them dead to Tarrasque. We have enough mana to cast Tarrasque. So the opponent needs to play some combination of things that give them the ability to stop Tarrasque from doing damage. Which honestly sounds... alright, yeah. Vault makes 2 blockers. Fair enough.
My children drench their hands in the... Aren't I the generous one?
Fair enough. Alright, well we do get to kill Lolth here. I guess provided the opponent doesn't have a removal spell in hand. Go to combat. We attack the opponent's face and we attack the Lolth. Otherwise, the Lolth can downtick next turn to make 2 more blockers, which I don't really want. Wait. No, they don't play Blood on the Snow because they're not playing Snow Basics, so this is safe. I don't need to play around Blood on the Snow. Alright. So because Tarrasque punches 1 spider, the other spider has to block Tarrasque. Both players have a Meathook Massacre, so there's no change in life point totals. Well, no. Long-term change in life point totals.
We will slay our enemies.
They could use a removal spell on Goldspan Dragon, but they probably would have used that earlier if they had one. Results in Lolth dying. More no changes to life point totals.
I will cull the weak.
They could have chosen to die instead of blocking Tarrasque. That is true. Alright, Dragon-Kami, gain us some life. Actually find a creature, yay! Alright, having a backup Tarrasque is pretty useful. And maybe there's a world in which I'm supposed to take Atsuki there? No, Atsushi. Because of the legendary clause on Tarrasque, but I feel like playing around a Wrath that kills Tarrasque is probably a better idea. Or we could just have a Tarrasque that can't die. The fact that we're actually beating white-black decks some of the time is kind of shocking. We are on the play, and we have a turn 3 Dragon-Kami Reborn, and that's good enough for me. I believe I'm probably supposed to lean on Haunted Ridge. I would rather... I got 1-drops in black and green, I guess, and I have a green-black pathway here, so it isn't, like, super big deal which one I play which way, I guess. Haunted Ridge. Yeah, I guess I would have preferred to play this on green. No, because I care about double black more than I care about double green. Before I drew the pathway, or before I drew the Darkbore Pathway, I should have led on Rockfall Vale, so that if I drew a untapped black, or if I drew a black creature then I could play Darkbore, and that gives me my second black source. So playing the Haunted Ridge was a mistake. Should have played Rockfall Vale, I think. Anyway. Oh, game. Oh, cool, we're crashing. Alright. Well, we were in the middle of roping, so I'm probably not going to get to play play a spell for that third turn. Crash on playing a land drop is a new one. I haven't seen anybody playing Farewell in Standard, no. Okay, come on. Let me play my 3-drop. Let me play the 3-drop my deck is built around. Here! No. I guess not. We're just gonna be stuck up there for a little while, huh? Can I play you from here? Yes, I can. Excellent. Hey, Tarrasque. Alright. Unfortunately, our opponent probably plays a lot of removal for that. Well, how bad can just taking a turn off be? Soaring. Alright, well, it's not stellar against Goldspan Dragon. Not bad against Goldspan Dragon either, honestly. What do we got? Skullport Merchant? Okay. Goldspan, swing Sorin. Well, do we see a Lulth this turn? That'd be annoying. I don't actually have a way to kill my Dragon-Kami creature, unfortunately.
You wish to know my secrets? Very well.
So I think that my best top deck is probably going to be... Yeah, if we top deck a... what's it called? Meathook Massacre here, we probably just win this game straight up on the spot. No sacrifice outlet today, unfortunately. Alright, I would like to throw a Goldspan Dragon at Lulth. I could play the other Goldspan Dragon, but I actually want them to kill this. But they do not want to kill it. Cute.
I will cull.
Alright, let's jam Tovolar then. I think that's actually fairly safe here. I could also jam Atsushi. Get 2 cards if the opponent board wipes me. I guess the scariest thing is if they exile Dragon-Kami first and then board wipe me, but that's kind of hard for them to do on this much mana. I think I just play to the board because I've kind of got built-in board wipe protection right now. They do probably have Blood on the Snow, but if they Blood on the Snow me, then I'm just going to put Tarrasque and Skullport Merchant into play, along with 3 treasure tokens. Which, like, would be pretty fine, I think. I think I'd be okay with that.
Nothing on Innistrad.
Definitely this turn, for it to be good for them, I think, has to start with exiling Dragon-Kami's egg.
Oh yes, I know the knowledge you seek.
That is an extremely bad card for them to play. Okay. Well, I'm going to make 3 treasure tokens and cast this here Tarrasque and cast this here Skullport Merchant. And then they do gain a bunch of life, so they're not dead.
I will do, and I, the generous one.
Right? 6, 10, 17... Yeah, I can only do 21 damage here, unfortunately. I'm trying to decide if I want to play the Goldspan Dragon or not. I think I'm not supposed to. Although, it might actually be best for me to leave Lolth at 2 so that it can't downtick. And then I could also just ignore the Sorin. I'd also like to leave the Sorin at 2, actually. Oh, wait, I can do that with Shatterskull Smashing, can't I? Alternatively, I could pass the turn. And just draw a ton of cards with Skullport Merchant. Are you allowed to be saying that's an extremely bad card for them to play right now? Am I allowed to? I mean, it's not the wrong card for them to play. It's a bad card for them to have, I suppose, is a better way for me to phrase that. Not to say that they made a mistake. Just to say, I'm happy they have it. Alright, I actually think I let them just chill with it all. I think the best protection I can have from a board wipe here is probably to just draw a ton of cards with Skullport Merchant. It's probably wrong. I'm probably supposed to put Lolth down to 2. Realistically. I think I didn't do that correctly, but yeah. I mean, they still need to top deck Blood on the Snow either way.
We will slay our enemies.
Oh, these are 3/2s, right? So they don't actually die to Shambling Ghast. Yeah, maybe that wasn't perfect. Oh, I guess they do die to Tovolar's Pack Leader, though.
You deal with this annoyance.
Alright, well, opponent flooding the board. How do we feel about that? I wonder if I want these treasures so that I can fight more with Pack Leader? I don't think I sack any more than this, though. Oh, back to day. Right. Okay, so I couldn't fight those spiders anyway. 9. It's kind of inconvenient to do anything with Tarrasque. Lolth's at 3. How about a Meathook Massacre off the top to make life easier? Thank you, deck. Alright, so we play this. We play the Shambling Ghast. We Meathook for 3. We clear the board. Then we see what the opponent does after that. What's the game plan here, opponent? Because you got no blockers. And with no blockers, it's going to be awfully hard to survive this Tarrasque.
My will cannot be denied. Subservience will be rewarded.
I assume they're looking for a removal spell for the Shambling Ghast so that they keep the vampire around. But even that actually isn't good enough, because the vampire, even if they live through the Shambling Ghast, is gonna be 0 power, die to the Tarrasque, and not gain any life.
Aren't I generous?
Oh, wait, no, the Tarrasque's also only... Well, no, the Tarrasque's 7 power, so, yeah, still, plenty. Alright, trinky that thing. More treasures. Kill the merchant, sure.
Aren't I the generous one?
I feel like this still results in them being dead at the end of all of this, no? Yes? Yes. Okay. Alright. Top tier deck, Tarrasque nonsense. What else would be the next thing I'd build? What's the name of the 5-color saga? Might do that. Really want to see your take on modified configure matters. Kami Wars, yeah. That'd be the one I'd want to build next. 5-color modify configure matters. That'd probably just be like a Ghoul aggro deck, right? I suppose I could do that. I'm not usually the best at building aggro decks, just because, like, building aggro decks is more a matter of, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Old Growth Troll. Okay. Building sleek, efficient curves, which, I don't know. I don't think that's something I'm not good at, but I don't think that I'm, like, above average at it. Well, next turn, we're going to try to play the Huntmaster and see if that's good against mono green. I should have counted my curve a little more. I could have actually killed the pack leader and still played Tovolar on curve just the same. Oh, Toski. Okay. That's a 4-drop. Huh. Well, I guess I would have taken exactly the same amount of damage regardless, so maybe the extra treasure winds up mattering later. Okay, opponent. How many removal spells for Huntmaster do you have? Because you probably need 2. You played nothing but Teamer aggro until Wreck got banned. Was that an aggro deck? I guess I'm not, like, the expert. I thought it was a control deck, but I could be wrong. I guess maybe all control decks are actually just aggro decks. Maybe. It really is a shame that Tarrasque doesn't have a cooler animation, now that I'm thinking about it. I feel like the entire screen should basically explode whenever you cast a Tarrasque. Really? Now, what does Old Growth Troll after playing Ascendant Pack Leader mean here? My brain says post-combat fight spell. Inscription wouldn't make sense, because if they had Inscription, I can't imagine that they would have played the Pack Leader pre-combat. I'm kind of debating double blocking the Old Growth Troll with Wolves and then putting Tovolar in front of Toski. Well, no, Skullport in front of Toski is just better. But not blocking with Huntmaster? No, they would have swung... Well, I guess if they swung with pack leaders, I'd block with 2/2s, is what they wanted to avoid. Alright, opponent. You have convinced me. You have the fight spell. I believe you. Oh. Or you have main deck Snakeskin Veil. Probably both, realistically. Oh, well, hello there. Opponent, if I attack with Huntmaster, what are you going to do? Double block? Probably? Probably. Alright. No attacks then. Only blocks. Hope they have a bad combat trick. They had a good combat trick. Yeah, they did have Blizzard Brawl time too. Okay, so they just said both things that I needed to play around was all. Oh, and they top deck the fight spell. Okay. Well, that's certainly inconvenient. That does make my life rather complicated. Land drop. Meathook. That's helpful. Well, I probably just want to play Meathook for one. Keep my creatures. No, probably not. Come to think of it, playing Toski in best of one against a meta full of Shambling Ghasts and Meathooks seems kind of, I guess, impressive? Yeah, oddity beats me though. Wow. I'm extremely impressed the opponent beat Tovolar's Huntmaster, but I suppose they did have the 3 cards in a row that did it. Very impressive. I don't actually think I had the potential to make any decisions there that would have resulted in winning that game if they had Snakeskin and Blizzard Brawl. Any combination of Snakeskin, Blizzard Brawl, and Devouring Tendrils meant I lost from that spot. I guess if I'd blocked with Huntmaster, it would have been more inconvenient and slower for them to deploy all of their removal spells, because they wouldn't have gotten to sequence it precisely like that. They would have had to crack the land there, get the 4/4, fight with the 4/4, next turn. Yeah, okay, so if I blocked, it actually would have worked out better, because they wouldn't have had a 5/5. And they needed explicitly a 5/5 before the fight spell. Well, they could have still killed the other Huntmaster regardless. They just wouldn't have killed the free 2/2s. Yeah. Alright, 2 Dragon-Kami Reborns. We just need the opponent to not do anything. But they appear to be playing mono red, so they're probably going to do stuff. Deadly Dispute, a little awkward. With nothing to do anything with. Chandra, okay. Well, we are on the draw here. And don't have interaction against a red deck that's curving out. So I'm going to go with not horribly favored. But at least Dragon-Kami Reborn buys life. And then gets a Tovolar's Huntmaster. Alright. So perhaps not favored, but not horribly positioned either. Hey, wanted to say thank you for the historic survey before the arena qualifier. Hey, happy to hear that it helped, I presume. Yeah, Thundering Raiju, huh? That's not exciting for me. More Dragon-Kami Reborn, which isn't actually helpful. So what I'm hearing is there's a pretty good chance I die this turn because I haven't successfully interacted at all. Alright, more whiffs on Dragon-Kami. That's painful. So 6, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to 3 if the opponent plays no spells. That's not good. Nope, I'm dead. Well, that's unfortunate. Would have preferred to live in a world where we interacted at all, or were on the play. we actually would have won this game on the play. But, well, we would have still had to stabilize against top decks, but, like, putting a 6/6 into play here that just cleans our opponent's board up would have been pretty good. Alrighty, this time around we are on the play. Oh, how come we gotta draw those Tarrasques? No, 2 Tarrasques gone already? Some days you just have no luck. Hopefully the opponent doesn't play Athalia. Wasn't Hanada like 80-something? It was 90% win rate, yeah. I mean, it was like, probably good. But we weren't casting Tarrasques. Alright, 3 lands. Exciting. Voice of the Blessed is a good sign because it implies the opponent's deck is all life gain focused. I can probably handle life gain focused. Alright, come on, Dragon-Kami. Okay, Shambling Ghast. Not what we were looking for. Alright, so do I Meathook away the Voice of the Blessed? Probably not. Not if I can help it. I can always Abrade the Voice of the Blessed later. Is the untapped layer overlaid down? Ooh, it shouldn't be. It seems to be working for me. There's no way you're crafting 4 Tarrasques, though. It's a mythic. It's not a rare. That makes it a little easier, right? Alright, we gotta kill Voice of the Blessed, then. That's too much life gain triggers. Foretold card. Starnheim Unleashed with Righteous Valkyrie? That'll actually be kind of a significant problem. Oh, Dragon-Kami's egg, you would be so exciting if you actually had the capacity to do anything other than make a 1/1 here. Sigarda's Splendor. As Sigarda's Splendor enters the battlefield, note your life total. At the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card if your life total is greater than or equal to the last noted life total for Sigarda's Splendor. Okay. That's a card, huh? Alright. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and block with Dragon-Kami's egg here. I could go extremely deep. If I Deadly Dispute Shambling Ghast, then I do get to cast Tarrasque and kill the Righteous Valkyrie. I should probably do that. That sounds like fun. Make a treasure token. Draw some lands. Play a land. Play some cards. Attack. It's really disturbing how often the hardcast Tarrasque backup plan turns out to be totally functional. Alright, opponent, your life total is not higher than your last noted life total. You may now cast your board wipe, and then try not to die to Goldspan Dragon somehow. Yep, RB the board wipe. Oh, whenever you cast a white spell, gain 1 life. I see. Alright, that gets you up to not dead to Goldspan Dragon. Actually, maybe not. Maybe yeah? What? Yes, not dead. Not dead to Goldspan Dragon. Technically. Because if I play Meathook Massacre for 1, Okay, so if I had drawn an untapped land, they would have died. Alright, well I don't want them to draw a card, so I guess we're going to Meathook for 1. And then play Atsushi. Oh, that doesn't trigger Meathook because it gets exiled to its own trigger instead. Oh no. Oh, well I guess they actually had to increase their life total for it to draw a card. So, could have been worse. Well, that's kind of annoying. Awfully large, isn't it? Well, if I swing with Atsushi, then we kill Angel. But we don't actually lower the opponent's life total. Oh, we do because of Meathook Massacre. Okay. Alrighty. I wonder which mode I'm supposed to pick with Atsushi, though. I guess they could just choose not to block here. That's probably the correct choice, honestly, if I'm willing to swing into it like this. I think I'm supposed to go for card draw. Didn't draw lands. Not really what I was looking for. Alright. 2 damage. Kill Angel. Gain some life. Play Shambling Ghast. I guess I can play Dragon-Kami Reborn next turn. Maybe. I mean, I can play Goldspan Dragon into Dragon-Kami Reborn. Voice the Blast. Yeah, let's go to Sigarda's Splendor. Yeah. Icky. Oh, Forest. If we had seen you turns ago. You managed to show up just late enough to not actually be helpful. Last noted was 5. Alright, swing with Shambling Ghast. I assume they don't block. I really want them to block so that I can get this treasure. Sweet. Okay. No, 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 block opponent. Oh, come on. I needed to be able to get the treasure to play Dragon-Kami and Goldspan Dragon. I really need the card advantage from playing this Goldspan Dragon, but I'm accomplishing nothing else if I spend my turn doing that. Bummer. Alright, well, unfortunately can't. Angel of Destiny is just surprisingly stellar against my 4/4 flyer game plan, huh? Voice flies? That's not good. They're actually gonna outsize Tarrasque now, huh? Yeah, well, I can't do anything about that. Wow, Angel of Destiny. Completely shutting my deck down. That is not where I expected this to be going. When we Meathook to turn to kill the flyer. Yeah, that's probably a big one. Not realizing that that doesn't do damage. And also that I didn't need to do it. We kind of just threw away a card that was unnecessary. That's very true. Alright, nothing to do with this Deadly Dispute, but actual 2-mana removal is cool. Exile up to one target. Oh, okay. So then what do you do with your 2/2 decay token, opponent? Okay, well, if you play Jadar, then are you going to attack with the 2/2 decay token? Cool, because then I'm going to kill your Jadar. I guess that feels kind of like a 2-for-1? I guess. Alright, Dragon-Kami Reborn. Let's hit a cool card. Goldspan Dragon's coolish. Morbid Opportunist. Oh no. That makes them draw cards from my cards. That's real rude. Especially since most of my game plan is about sacking Dragon-Kami Reborn. I don't want them to draw cards from that. Jadar, okay. Shambling Ghast, alright. Ooh, more Dragon-Kami Reborns. Alright. Well, that might be interesting. That could be anything. Could even be a Shambling Ghast. I assume this is better to use than Deadly Dispute. Run Reunion. Okay. Yep, you got the K tokens. All the K tokens in the world, opponent. Well, we're pretty close to being able to hard cast a Tarrasque. More bid opportunists. Alright, that's a lot of card draw. Roger that, opponent. Something with two of these seems curious. What's the logic behind that? You only needed one to die to draw a card, right? I guess, I mean, the other one gets through for 2 damage and you weren't going to make a Jadar anyway. Okay, yeah, actually. I don't know how to play opponent's deck. Jadar super means swinging with both is 100% correct, because you're going to end up with 1 decay token regardless. So you might as well do 2 damage. Soul Reaper. Ooh, that's fun. Yeah, it works with Morbid Opportunist quite a bit, doesn't it? Oh, fun cards with Dragon-Kami? Well, Atsushi, it's fun-ish, sure. What does Commune with Spirits hit? Meathook was good. We do put Tarrasque on the bottom, which is sad. But, oh well. Alright, let's go with Black Source, Goldspan, Combat, Swings, Meathook for 3. Opponent gets to draw 2. Loses a bunch of life. Well, no, actually, I gain a bunch of life. I don't lose any life. Yugo Sato 90. Thanks for the follow. Glad you're enjoying the stream. If we hope for 3, won't the zombie killer guy? Yeah, but we gotta get the Morbid Opportunists off the board. I could just Deadly Dispute whatever they target here, I guess. No, I'd probably still prefer to sack to the Skullport. I don't know. I mean, I'm worried about them having a removal spell for the Skullport Merchant. Yes, I should have floated black mana. I'm worried about them having a removal spell for the Skullport Merchant, and then I don't have a sack outlet for the Dragon-Kami. So that makes me want to hold on to the Deadly Dispute, but I don't know. Maybe that's not the case. Alright, so we have Atsushi and 1 Shambling Ghast that we can turn a Goldspan Dragon into if we successfully untap. Meathook Massacre for 4. Alright. So, rewarded for holding on to Deadly Dispute. And we'll stack triggers in the order that is kind of irrelevant. Then we draw Skullport Merchant, and our decision to hold Deadly Dispute immediately didn't matter. Alrighty. Well, we got a bunch of stuff to sacrifice. Loth. Okay.
Are you enraptured by my
Some random spoilers.
My power is
Sure.
for annihilation.
So we get to put an Atsushi into play here that tramples over and kills the opponent. Hopefully, or at least puts him to 3. Soul Ripper actually crewing, huh? I would have assumed they wanted to use that as a blocker. But, okay. Really? I mean, my life total is at 29, so like... Okay.
Subservience will be rewarded.
No blockers, we're good. Alrighty, end of turn, sack a Dragon-Kami egg. We're going to play this here Atsushi. Draw some cards, not terribly relevant. Go to our turn, draw Deadly Disputes, not terribly relevant. Sack a treasure, draw some cards. Shatterskull should be lethal here. I just need to figure out what timing I'm supposed to sack something to Skullport Merchant. Active player, non-active player order. Non-active player order triggers resolve first, meaning if they're at 1 life, I kill them by Meathook Massacring on their upkeep, I believe.
Do what I
think that's how that works. Do I understand how Magic the Gathering works? Yes. Yes, I do. Ooh. I was hoping that would be how that game ended. It's a fun little interaction. If we do that at sorcery speed on our turn, the life gain triggers are reversed, so they gain a life and then they lose a life, which results in them going to 2 and then to 1. This way, they go from 1 to 0 back to 1, but then die before they go back to 1.